Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Leo, Sun, Moon or Rising. And Leo, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for the week of March 30th to April the 5th. This week we have the Awakening Oracle card. We have the Five of Swords, the Magician, the Eight of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. So we definitely have some conflict energy going on here at the moment, Leo. Obviously, there is just a lot of turmoil going on in the world at the moment with what we're facing with this global crisis. So it's not, not surprising that this is here. But there we also have a big sense of awakening as well, awakening to a greater sense of power. And I really feel that what we're going through at the moment is going to cause a massive shift of consciousness in humanity. If you look at how we've been living in the past, on a macro scale, there's been, greed and consumerism and hedonism and all of these kinds of things. But we're being, having a forced hand to stop and pause. And, I feel like through this process, some people that never normally slow down are going to slow down. And it's going to really allow us to consider and reflect on what's truly meaningful for us in our lives now. And things are changing, guys. I mean, some systems are coming down, structures, systems on a global scale, and of course that's going to flow through to the micro scale, to us individually. A lot of purging, a lot of releasing. It's like we're in a global tower moment at the moment, where anything that's not built on a solid foundation, anything that's unsteady or unstable, is going to fall, is going to come down. But from that place, that's where we can rebuild. Out of that rubble, the phoenix rises, and that's what we see here, rising in the power after an awakening. So guys, I really hope that you're healthy and well, and so are your friends and family, and we just need to come together as a community to get past this time that we're facing. Okay guys, before we go to the tarot, I'm going to read out the oracle card. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. You are going through a period of awakening. Things are changing within you and at many levels. You are starting to remember ancient truths and discovering more and more about who you are and why you incarnated. You may find that you are experiencing past life flashbacks, seeing the invisible thread that is woven through all of life, or even feeling Kundalini Shakti rise through your body from the base of your spine. The most important thing for this time is not to overthink it and to stay grounded. Share your experiences with like-soul people while you consciously integrate them. Journal and pay attention to your dreams. You're remembering your soul and your gifts are emerging. An absolutely important time to stay grounded at the moment, guys, and to keep your energy clean and a high frequency, high vibration, so we can break through some of the fear and anxiety and the denser energies that are being perpetuated at the moment. So that's important. And I feel like once we clear this entire situation as a collective, we are going to raise our energetic frequency. So in your recent past, or the threshold that you might be on at the moment, we have some serious conflict going on. And obviously this could be from a variety of sources, but the more likely than not, it's from what we're facing in the world at the moment. Some of us have lost jobs. Some of us have had to even relocate or lost homes. Massive upheaval in our lives, causing deep inner conflict, what to do, to go home to your home country, to stay, to maybe leave that relationship. I feel like anything that is, not aligned with your higher self or built on a shaky foundation is being challenged, is falling, is crumbling, and that can really make you feel like you're in a deep state of turmoil or conflict. That's definitely what I'm seeing here with these cards. The thing is that with double fives here, 5 is the number of conflict. It's also the number of change. And, I always say when I see these number 5s is that change is the antidote to conflict. And we are in a great time of change at the moment. I keep talking about the tower because I feel like we're in a global tower moment at the moment. Sorry, I'm quite off at the moment. It's just with everything that's going on, guys. So just forgive the way things are coming out. With that tower energy that I feel that we're in at the moment as a collective, that is the biggest card of change in the tarot. So change is everywhere, and because we've sort of ignored the tickle with a feather, that the universe has tried to guide us back onto the right path, a path of meaning, a path of living from the portal of the heart, a path of connecting with our higher self, we are now facing the Mack truck, you know, the Mack truck. It's given us this big virus and said, okay, you know what, sort this out now. And I really feel that that is what we're, you know, that is the change that we're facing. We've basically been given it's almost like a bit of a universal ultimatum that we need to kind of figure out. So we can see that obviously at a global scale that's going to affect us individually as well, and I see a lot of conflict here for you in your reading. But obviously we need to focus on... Sorry about that, Leo, the camera cut out just after the first two cards, and then I finished the reading and now I'm going back and doing it again, but that's okay. So as I was saying, yeah, basically we need to focus on change at the moment, and that's exactly what this person here in the Three of Wands has decided to do. The Three of Wands shows somebody who has turned their back on the past and is no longer concerned with, you know, the old paradigm and the conflicts and the things that have held him back. He's cutting the energetic cords from any situations that are no longer serving him or her, and now taking a forward vision. And this is somebody who's willing to do the work, who's willing to take the inspired action, holding the Ace of Wands here, in order to plant new seeds, to create a new direction for their life. This is a 3. It's about creation, expansion, manifestation. And through doing that, you know, even just that that resolution to turn your back on the past, you know, there's ships that appear on the horizon, and they are the promise of the successes, the achievements, the harvest that will come in for you if you keep moving in the right direction. They're not coming in right now, you know, Leo, but it's saying that in your next season, be it 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months, you will be rewarded. So it's all about, you know, keeping a forward vision at the moment. And I'm thrilled to see the Magician here, because the Magician is an awakening. We have the Awakening Oracle card here as well. The Magician is awakening to your own power, Leo. It is awakening to the fact that you have everything within yourself to create your new reality. Yes, there are some things that we're restricted in at the moment, but this is a time to get creative. Maybe a time to get creative about how you're, you know, going to earn your money if you have lost your job. It's about, you know, being able to create abundance, you know, for yourself, and the fact that you do have the internal resources to be able to do that. That awakening unlocks your infinite potential, and that's why we see the infinity sign here. The other, you know, big key message with the Magician is, as above, so below. It is more important than ever that we cultivate our internal state at the moment, and that we, you know, make sure that we are, you know, cultivating a sense of safety and security within ourselves. So many people look for that in external circumstances, our job, our relationships, maybe just knowing that the world's systems are in place. However, we have no control over external circumstances, and things change. The world is in constant state of flux. The only place that is truly our sanctuary is within ourselves, in the portal of the heart. And if we're looking for that externally at the moment, that's when we could most definitely fall prey to anxiety and fear and all of these things. So we must come back and find that sense of calm and security inside our own internal sanctuary at the moment. And then we start to project that out in the world. And if we're all doing that, that's when we start to see a shift of consciousness as well. So, you know, I love that. You know, also we heard in the Oracle card that your gifts are emerging. So some of you might be discovering new gifts through this process that we've been forced to slow down, to rethink, to reflect, to consider, you know, living our lives in a whole different way. You know, how many of us thought we'd be facing a pandemic in our life, and the amount of creative thinking that we've had to turn our lives upside down. So your gifts are emerging. There could be something that comes out of this for you in a positive way. Because we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. For me, this says some kind of opportunity that could come out of nowhere. You know, the Eight of Wands talks about, you know, synchronicity, swift change, progress, and also potentially some kind of message coming through, maybe text or SMS or through a person, of some kind of offer, a new way to make money, and maybe starting a new business, something that's going to lead to great security and stability, maybe even a windfall, some money from somewhere for some of you. So you need to expect the unexpected and be on the lookout for opportunities this week. The Ace of Pentacles is that big coin. It is that seed of new financial stability, abundance, opportunities that comes after someone may have had to walk a path, climb a mountain, or go through a portal to get there. But, you know, just like in this Three of Wands, you know, the Ace of Pentacles is a seed that needs to be planted, then needs to be nurtured and watered and loved so that it can grow and sprout. And that's what brings these ships of success in. That's what brings the harvest in the next season. So this is a time to make new plans, to lay new foundations, so that in the future, if we're facing other crises like this, whatever, you know, towers you build in your life, towers can be our relationships, you know, our jobs, our homes, our families, our friendship groups, all of these, that they're not going to come down. So this is an opportunity to rebuild something much more solid, much more secure than what you had in the future. And there is a real promise of abundance here as well. So that's quite a beautiful reading there, Leo. I'm seeing such a similar theme this week. It's all about releasing conflict, releasing the past, not focusing on it. We have to disconnect from that. We have to be positive, and we have to awaken to our own potential that comes from us, not from external systems, you know, that are, you know, trying to control us. We must be in control of our own reality. We are master creators. That's when we're open to receive the universal gifts. That's when the consciousness shift happens. That's when the energetic upgrade happens, and that's when we start to raise our frequency as a collective, which is going to bring us into the new paradigm. But as we do that, the systems of the old will fall. That is inevitable, and that is going to be uncomfortable for us all, but we are all in this together. So Leo, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I do wish you all the best this week with what's going on in the world. Do keep in mind it's a general reading, so it won't be for everyone. And feel free to leave me a comment. Always love to know how it's playing out in your daily life. And I'll see you back here next week for another reading.